Hello all, Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive, and welcome to Divinely Decked Tarot and Oracle Reviews done Stacy style. And today we are shifting some things up. I thought this might be kind of fun. I am doing tarot and oracle alternatives today. And so we're going to explore 4 different alternatives that I use for divination in my own personal practice. These are not things that I typically use on my channel or with clients. They are, some of them are novelties, some of them, and actually one of them I do use on my channel now that I'm thinking about it. But for the most part, these are alternatives to tarot and oracle. So without further ado, let's explore our first one and see where it takes us. Okay, so we are going to be starting with the Book of Runes, and this is Ralph H. Bloom or Blum. I'm sure that many of you are already familiar with this because it is a very popular runic tarot deck. In fact, I think it is the kind of the gold standard of runes, at least as far as I know, kind of out in the secular world. It's interesting because runes are on my list to memorize, to learn the system, but I haven't really done it in a truly deep dive study way. I usually pull this book out when I am not getting enough guidance or information from the tarot, or I just need a little bit of a break. And I know that they are read reversed as well as straight up. It came in this really beautiful gray velvet bag that I've had for years. I think I've had this this deck or this system now for probably about 10 years, might even be 11. And like I said, I don't have it memorized, so I absolutely have to use the book when I'm doing this. So we'll just take a look here. This is the first one. It's possessions. So what I love about this is, of course, the symbolism of it. It's upright here on the hardcover of the book. It's all of so you read it from right to left. So you're going to read it this way, going along this way, which I think is great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I love that. I love symbolism of any kind. I love that it gives you right away the page that it's available to. So it's like an immediate cheat sheet. It gives you traditional meanings, but then it also gives you the author's meaning of the rune book, which I think is really cool. So let's just take a peek here. This is possessions. So it's 113. Well, let's see if we can find possessions here in our possessions. Cattle, goods, vital community wealth. And so 113, let's just sort of see what the message is here. Fehu is a rune of fulfillment, ambition, satisfied, love, shared, rewards received. It promises nourishment from the most worldly to the sacred and to the divine. For if the ancient people, as above so below, holds true, then we are also here to nourish God. This rune calls for a deep probing of the meaning of profit and gain in your life. Look with care to know whether it is wealth and possessions you require for your well-being, or rather self-rule and the growth of a will. I won't go through the whole thing, but it always gives sort of a reversed. It gives your upright and reversed, which I think is, fantastic. So just for some fun, I'm going to put these back in the bag, because the way that you choose them is you kind of shake the bag up. It's like Yahtzee. You put the dice in the cup, you shake it up, and then you pull your runes. So I'm just going to pull a card for what I most need to know about my day today. And so let's see what we've got. Okay, so this one looks like it is in reverse. It is journey, and it's a reversed journey. So let's just see what we can find here with the journey. A journey, riding, carriage, refers to the soul after death, a journey charm. So this is 131. I have to note that I was looking at 113 and now it's 131. So I'm a numbers girl. I pay attention to those things. So journey, communication, union, and reunion. Raido. I will tell you that today is my recording day. So I've taken the whole day off and I'm doing a bunch of recordings. So the communication piece really makes a lot of sense. Because it's reversed, let's just sort of see what the message is for me around this. A quickening of your development is indicated here. Yet even in times of accelerated growth, you will have reason to halt along the way to reconsider the old, to integrate the new. Take advantage of these halts. If you are undergoing difficulties, remember the nature of your passage depends upon the quality of your attitude, the clarity of your intention, and the steadfastness of your will. Be certain that you are not suffering over your suffering. Oh my God, that is so true. Drawing Thursiyas reversed demands contemplation on your part. Oh, you know what? I think I skipped a... Oh boy, I'm reading the wrong one. Sorry, guys. Reversed, receiving Raidu reversed puts you on notice to be particularly attentive to personal relationships. At this time, ruptures are more likely than reconciliations, and effort may be required to keep your good humor. Whatever happens, how you respond is up to you. The requirements for your growth may totally disrupt what you had intended. Desired outcomes may elude you, and yet what you regard as detours, inconveniences, disruptions, blockages, and even failures and deaths will actually be rerouting opportunities with union and reunion as the only abiding destinations. So I can tell you that before I started recording this today, I recorded another video, a video that I had basically blocked off an hour and a little bit to record, and it ended up becoming a two-parter because it did not go as planned. So that was very true. Also today, I had booked it off so that I could just do recordings and didn't want to have to engage with anyone today because I wanted to just be totally in my zone. And an appointment that I had booked on Tuesday ended up, due to an emergency for another person, ended up getting rebooked to this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm not a morning person. And I had to get up, and it was a wash my hair day, which means extra time in the morning. So I mean, this is spot on. It's right on target that I'm not fit for public consumption today, but I'm totally fine to be doing this with you guys. So that makes a lot of sense with that book of runes. But I do love working with this particular system of divination for a little bit of a shift and a change. As you can see, some of those traditional meanings like cattle. What does that mean to me? Okay, well, gathering, maybe I'm a vegetarian, but cattle can be nurturance, right? Like nourishment and food and things of that nature, crops of sorts, farming, that type of thing. So I like that this gives me, I want to say, a little more of a direct hit on what's going on. It's not as flowery as tarot can be or an oracle can be. And I really feel like it just gets right to the point. So if I want to know exactly what's going on and I want to, sort of be able to prepare for my day, this is the divination tool to go with. All right. The second one here is really kind of a fun one. And I, to be honest, have not been really inspired to work with it very often. I don't know why. I would like to kind of rectify that. But this it was a Kickstarter campaign that I purchased. I'm just trying to get there's something on the underside of it here. Oh, cool. It's so it's the set number that I have, the Eclipse Edition 2023. So I got this on a Kickstarter, and it is a little tarot on these wooden chips. And I just thought the whole concept was kind of fun, a little bit different. And like I said, to be honest, I have not really worked with them since I got them. It's more of like a collector's thing. But today, let's just kind of take a peek. We'll pull out a few out here and see what we get. So it's all the symbols on here. We have a sword here. I don't know if this is a 6 or a 9. I'm going to have to look that up. It looks like a 6. And so it comes with a little pamphlet. Suits, wands, cups, swords, pentacles. Reversals. When using token tarot, it's best to use your intuition when reading the tokens. If you feel a reversed meaning fits with the reading, you are more than welcome to use them. However, I did not include them in the keywords list. It gives a list here of how to use the token tarot. It also gives care instructions, which is important. And themes, ace, inspiration, new beginnings, a gift. Threes, unity, collaboration, inspiration. 6, rewards, relaxation, adjustment, rest. So it gives us all of the basics. Let's just see if we can find the, so that's the wands, the cups, swords. So I'm pretty sure that is a 6 of swords. I'm going to say yes to that. So the 6 of swords, the blues, travel, recovery, leaving behind, transition, rite of passage, calm from a storm, journey, guidance, release, baggage. These are the backs of all of the tokens, which I think is really cool too. So this is let's see, we've got the scales of justice. I like that. We've got a page of cups. That's really obvious to me. Here we have an 8 of wands, a 6 of wands, a 6 of pentacles, a 4, maybe that's the emperor. We've got a 20, that's judgment. So the trumpet call, the knight, KN, representing the knight. So this one, I'm not sure if that's like a pentacle. I guess it would be. We've got a cup, we've got a sword, we've got a wand. Well, this is a pentacle here. Okay, so maybe that's supposed to be the lovers. Choices, union, love, relationships, sexuality, values, personal beliefs, crossroads, partnerships, soulmates, temptation, kinship. So again, I have not really used these since I got them, always with the intention of wanting to grab them. Here's the Fool. So we have the Jester's hat. And I definitely, just looking at them now as I'm connecting with you guys, I definitely would need to understand them a little bit more in order to feel confident to understand what the symbolism is right away. 13 is death. 14 is the temperance. It's interesting, it's shown by the 2 fish. Here we have the 18 is the moon. 4 of swords. 9 of cups. 10, the wheel. So I just thought these were really, really fun. Something very different. And the idea that you can have a whole tarot deck of these little chips in a bag that you can carry around with you. Just something a little bit different. So I'm just trying to see if I can figure out what that other... Yeah, we've got all of the things represented. So that must be lovers. Maybe that's a heart. Maybe that's what that is. So rather than a traditional heart, they're actually doing like a real heart with all of the ventricles and whatnot. So that is the token tarot, kind of a cool concept that I, truly have not availed myself of since I got it. And I was just looking at it today and I thought, you know what, shame on me. I really should be using this a little bit more, and it might be kind of fun just to sort of switch some things up. But again, I need to take a look. So I'm just going to kind of move around here, and we'll just pull a token here and see what I need to know about my day. We'll stick with the same question. 3 of Swords. Oh my goodness. So you guys know what I just got in the other one about communication and, things not being so great with people. And now I've got the 3 of Swords. So, kind of that heartbreak energy. But also, I always see the 3 of Swords as like self-care. And when I do this kind of work at home and I'm doing my recordings and stuff, I actually really enjoy this. So this is kind of like self-care for me when I don't have to multitask in a day and do 17 different things. I can just really focus on the recording. It does feel good to me. So that makes a lot of sense. Okay, now let's take a look at our next delight of choice. And this is a gift that was given to me a number of years ago. It is tarot dice. I got it for my birthday one year. Definitely a novelty piece, but so much fun. And this thing is huge. So we have these ginormous dice, and they all, each side has its own card reference. We'll just dump them all out here. And you're supposed to use this whole thing to shake up the dice and then roll them. It really makes a crazy loud sound, which I'm not going to do. And then it comes with this reading mat, which is really cool. And it also comes with a book to let you know, which I have worked with this. And the book is helpful because some of the symbolism you don't quite understand right away. So if you have to look it up for reference, you can. But this is really cool. It's got like a whole mat that you can work with here. So 1, the subject under discussion. 2, the environment of the inquirer, that which surrounds you. 3, the past, what is behind you. So it's basically the Celtic cross in dice format. So let's just have some fun with this, and let's just sort of see what the subject under the, well, I'll just pull one randomly here. La 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 la. The subject under discussion. So I am a page of swords today. I'm a page of swords. The environment of the inquirer, that which surrounds me. All right, I got a king of coins. The past, what is behind you? All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins. So worry, fear, anxiety. I like that. I'm glad that that's behind me. 4, support. What do you have to work with now? 3 of cups. Yes, I do have support and friends and celebration. The present, that which you are leaving behind. Ooh, we've got I believe that's a Queen of Cups, which is really good. Oh no, is that a King of Cups, a Queen of Cups? Well, I'll have to look that one up. I think that's actually a King of Cups. Desires, ideal wish or question. 4 of Pentacles. Let's do 7. Change. Who or what is going to change things? So we have a King of Cups. So that is the Queen of Cups. And we have a King of Cups. Okay. The reason. Feelings. Inquirer's attitude at the time of the reading. So this is a Knight. Or that's the Tower. I think that might be the Tower. 9, turn of events. How events will evolve. We have the Wheel. That compass energy. 10, happenings. What effect others have on you. So that is the Queen of Wands. We're going to do 11, guidance, whether negative or positive. Ooh, that looks like the Wizard. That looks like the Magician, I should say. 12, the future. Where will you be in future surroundings? 2 of Pentacles. And conclusion, what will be in relation to your question? Ooh, we've got the 7 of swords, or the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of swords. Ooh, conflict, interesting. So let me just look that up. I think that might be the Tower. I just want to double check on that. So it comes with all of the descriptions of everything. Yeah, so that's the Queen of Wands, what we were looking at. I was going to say Queen of Cups. So all of the queens have this crown that has a little bubble on it. And the king's crowns are kind of the spiky monarchy type look. And let's see about the Tower. So it's definitely a novelty. It's fun. It's something that I quite honestly don't pull out very often just because it's really noisy. But, it's fun. Yeah, this is definitely the Magician, which is really fun. The Hierophant, the Chariot, the Hanged One. Yes, this is the tower for sure. So it gives you a divinatory meaning around it, but it's very fun. It's a cool thing to pull out, like for a house party, just doing something, switching things up. Definitely for me, not as fun as cards because I love the visualization, the visual effects of the cards and the feel of the cards and all that kind of stuff. This is definitely clunkier, but it is so much freaking fun for a little bit of a change of pace. So that is our tarot dice, which is really, really cool. I'll put these to the side and hopefully I won't make too much noise putting all these away. And then I'll show you my final alternative to tarot and oracle. And this is the one that I actually do use on my channel a lot. And this is my feather jar. And let me tell you a little bit about this feather jar. So I moved to North Carolina officially in 2013. Fell in love and was getting married and couldn't work in the US for a year. I'm a Canadian citizen first, and now I'm an American citizen as well. And I am an A-type, and I have like 57,000 different things to do. I had several businesses in Canada that I shut down to move here. I quit my job. I sold my houses. I moved over here. So to sit and have nothing to do for a year was like torture. And so I just really kind of embraced it by doing a lot of my crafty creative stuff. And so my ex-husband had all this, kind of knick-knacky junk around the house. And so I just was like, okay, I'm going to repurpose. And he had this one jar. And I thought, ooh, I can do like a jar of feathers. Wouldn't that be fun? So I kind of scrapbooked it, bejeweled, bedazzled it. It's got a little bit of wax on here. And then I got the idea to paint feathers and like paint words on the feathers. And so that has become my feather jar. And so I got a bunch of these, faux colored, party feathers. And I've painted a bunch of different sayings on them. So this one is now is all we have. I'll pull another one here. Apparently we're going for orange today. Trust. Here's a trust feather. Willpower. I am. So I use this feather jar all the time. I use it in my membership with my community. We do a feather of the month reading. This is spiritual alignment. And for a while, I actually did a, sort of feather, I think it was called Phoenix Feather Friday, that I did for a while on YouTube. Bliss, grace. And this is great. I used to do this when I first started out many years ago. I did the Body, Mind, Spirit Expos, and I wanted to have something that was creative and, just kind of like helped me to stand out a little bit. And I would, do these feather readings, and people got to keep the feathers that came up in their readings. And now I work strictly remotely, so I'm not doing those kinds of things anymore. But it just seemed like a natural fit, and it was definitely an inspired thing that came to me. And I've painted a number of feathers over the years to sort of replace the feathers that have, sort of gone away and whatnot. I also have a feather bag, a bag of feathers that have all the archangels on them. And I use those. You may have actually seen that in my angel channelings that I do in my Black Feather Beyond the Cards. But yeah, this is just like a fun alternative way to get guidance for the day. In fact, let's just see what do I need to know about my day today? I always close my eyes. I kind of dig deep because, I always have to recycle the feathers a little bit because the ones on the bottom don't get any love. Yeah, so my message today is just breathe. And that feels so apropos because I am feeling a little bit off. Like I said, today is not exactly going the way I thought it was going to go. And, I get a little stressed out when I've got a schedule and I've got things that I've got to get done and time, kind of gets a little away from me. So just breathe. Everything's fine. And it's all going to work out in exactly the way it needs to be. So, all right, guys. So that is, That is the tarot and oracle alternatives. Hope you enjoyed this. Sorry, it was a little haphazard. I haven't looked at some of these in a while, but it was really fun to share this stuff with you. And if you have any of these kind of unique alternatives to the cards, I would love for you to share those. Feel free to, put the comments, what you enjoy. If you want to find out where to get any of these, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to share that information with you. And otherwise, I hope you guys have the most amazing week. We'll see you for another episode of Black Feather Couture, Divining a VIP Life, and transform well. That's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it. It was great to connect with you guys. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more content like this. And feel free to follow me on Blue Sky for even more content every single day. Can't wait to see you guys next week for another installment of Black Feather Couture, Divining the VIP Life.